Yes. All
Has
right,
to be Messi.
we just made ourselves quite a few enemies out in the chat. That's all good.
But
That
it's
is
all
the
right.
best thing about
We're best
opinions.
friends
You
now,
are
XP.
Hey, there you go. We'll go down hand in hand. Wonderful. Anyway, coming to the game, the plane path is going to be flying over the military island. We are heading towards the northeastern projection or direction, whatever is best over here. But all those distant lands, as far as Georgia Paul, the hospital ruins, shooting range are concerned, they are basically in jumping distance if you just get a vehicle at the other end of it.
Yeah, but the question arises: is it really worth it when you know when you already? Imagine you're traversing all the way to North Georgia or maybe to Severny. It's unlikely anyone's going to go to Severny, but imagine you want to go there, and halfway through you realize, oh crap, the circle's a military island. Got to turn around.
What if the zone actually forms to the north? Then it's going to be just
I
like
would love it. I mean, IND is
Let's
still
see.
going to be coming in last because they're still going to be in military island. But right now, it's about waiting for the circle. And Seoul, they've switched it up, right? They seem to be enjoying dropping towards Stalba nowadays. Oh, there we go.
It's not. Oh my goodness! All the guys who want to go to Georgia Paul, go ahead. Now's the time. Forget your loot spots, the new positions you were going to drop in. I know a few teams might be going to Pachinki, but you know what? Just go to the garage, pick up that vehicle, and just dash your way forward because, well, lo and behold, I mean, are we even surprised that the zone does this? I mean, shouldn't we be getting used to it now? Because
We should.
whatever we think is not going to happen, right?
And okay, here's the thing. Like many people, I do believe would be questioning why we seem to particularly enjoy when the circle kind of screws with all the teams and where they've dropped, right? Look at what happened in Vikendi. It was concentric circle after concentric circle. There was no action happening till the very end of the game. No one moved. No one budged. And that's why you want to see zones like this where everyone's forced to rotate early on. And what does that mean? That means fights breaking out early on. And at least for me, imagine I'm not casting this game. Imagine just watching the game, from the comfort of my couch on my TV. I want to see action. I don't want to see teams just sitting out for 20 minutes, just camping and talking things through. No, I want to see guns a-blazing. I want to see blood being spilt. Wow, I sound like an absolute psychopath right now. But of course, what I mean is in the game.
AKM make?
I'm not doing it.
Come on, try it once.
Rat-a-tat-tat-tat. There we go. I tried.
I'm not talking about the
terrible.
Pokemon over here. Wow, Blair, you just completely screwed it up. I mean,
I'm sorry.
I mean, I'm never throwing that to you again. It's rat-tat-tat-tat-tat.
Listen.
Try it once.
You do you. I can't. I
You gotta roll that a little bit.
Yeah. Well, that sounds okay. Now that sounds weird. We have Destro. We have Destro and 420. Can I just say, 420 OP looks like someone if you want to have next to you in a bar fight.
I mean, I was just going to say that. Yeah, I mean,
look at the guy. He is
you want to have him next
swole.
to you in a bar, regardless of whether a fight is breaking out, because that boy looks like he knows how to party. But of course, I mean, you want to have him with you, and you want to have him in your game as well, because he has just been popping off. I do believe 14 kills already, and I think he wants that top kill table this time. I think he wants to make sure that he's cemented a position and he holds on to it. But UME, of course, they are looting a little bit spread out, since they did capitalize on the fact that the zone has taken another direction, another projection, so to speak, and they're pretty sure that even Georgia Paul, as a matter of fact, might be theirs for the taking. However, as I say that, and if the map does come up in some time, I wonder if the producers can actually cue this perfectly. But if I'll just say what I've heard. If the map shows up, lo and behold, someone is already in Georgia Paul. That's what I was going to say. And
someone's all in Georgia. Yes, of course. And the person is going to be our
man with the big brain.
Yep, of course it is. I mean, he's just ludicrous, right? He's already operating at optimal performance levels. All the wrinkles in his brain making it work out. Switching over to Seoul, though, they've had a rough day. We have been crapping on them a little bit as well. But honestly, the only ones they have to blame are themselves, right? They have tried swapping players out. We had Mortal sitting a few games out, sitting back in. And I guess the reason the disappointment is so massive with this team is because, well, let's be real. They are the fan favorites. They have the biggest following. They are synonymous with PUBG Mobile in India. You can't take that away from them. You cannot. And sometimes... go on.
Go ahead. No, I've completely thought, because I've got a thing that I was actually going to say earlier when Fixes was talking about them. But go ahead.
Mm-hmm. No, I just wanted to point out, sometimes just the sheer weight of expectations from your fans, it could be too much to handle. Like, they are human after all. But that's also what separates the champions from the plebs?
Look, now this is how I look at it. Being a little bit of a nerd, and I love my automobiles as well. Soul for me is like Ford when they came out with the Model T, especially in the esports PUBG scene in India, because esports was pretty much it was relevant over here, but not a lot of people knew that such a thing existed, right? And with the advent of mobile gaming and the fact that every single household in our country has a mobile phone and well has basically a chance to witness such action and know what it's about and basically play themselves. Meanwhile, Dark over here, is he gonna get out of trouble because he is getting shot at, and Shadow is going to complete the deal.
Oh.
He gets that knock with that rat-tat-tat-tat, and that is going to be a big blow for Powerhouse right at the beginning. Dark going down. When you lose your strongest member, it is going to have a little bit of a detrimental effect on how you go ahead with the game. But well, Powerhouse down to 3 men already play. But if I can quickly just come back to the point I was trying to make. So Soul,
Absolutely.
just think of it as the Model T when it first came out. So basically, they are synonymous with PUBG Mobile and esports in India because they were the first at the scene. And you're right. Expectations can kind of weigh you down at times, but you got to remember one thing. Different manufacturers were like, oh damn, so Soul made quite a nice vehicle. I think we should pop out our own model as well. That's when all the Lamborghinis and the Ezio Ferraris, they came out with their models. And sometimes the thing is, you get left in the dust. This is a healthy competition after all. And what it was a year ago, to be honest with you, because look, I'll be completely crude. I've walked both sides of the plank over here. So I've dabbled in a little bit of competitive gaming as well. And I'll be very honest that if I go back into it right now, I would get my ass whooped. Like, whoosh, like sent for a six, flying across the stadium. I mean, that's what would happen because the level of competition has increased astronomically, Blay. And with competition, there is always someone who is bigger and badder at what you do. And, over time, it's not that you fizzle out because Soul is, of course, a household name. Like I said, synonymous with esports. But we do have big fish swimming in the same waters now.
Oh, indeed. I think you pretty much nailed it right there. I mean, you can't really take away the fact that, like you said, things evolve, things change, and you need to adapt with it. And unfortunately, that's the way evolution works. You're not able to adapt. Well, unfortunately, you will be left by the wayside. I don't know, man. I think evolution, I think it's got a few good points. I don't know. Do you believe in evolution?
I mean, I'm joking. Of course I believe in evolution. It'll be silly if it's like, no, Blake, you are wrong. We're not going to come into all of that right now because that is a topic that we can go on forever. But I just wanted to, poke the bear a little bit. If anyone in the chat doesn't believe in it, what's up? How you do it?
Go to school if you don't. But we are going to be looking at the circle, and the circle is slowly but surely shrinking in. For the time being, we have almost everyone's at a safe zone, apart from Regaltos, who's basically bathing in the blue zone, enjoying a little bit of that whatever electrical heat, pain, whatever. Maybe he's a little bit of a masochist. We don't know.
OMG, play.
All right, shh. Hold on to your horses, boy. Hold on to your horses. It's fine. It's okay. Let it be. Someone's going to find it. And it's landing straight next to Mr. Gill.
Get it, Gil. Just go for it. Come on, Gil. Pick up that beautiful weapon and just...
There's no one nearby. There's not a soul nearby.
Just go for it. Somebody call up Gil and tell him to go for that drop. It's right behind him. Someone from Godlike, please come and get it. We want to see some AWM action. And I didn't see any in the first game. I did see one drop then, but nobody went and picked it up. I do hope somebody does. And talking about picking up, another team that needs to kind of pick up their pace and pick up their game a little bit is Fnatic on our screens right now, who... contrary to popular belief, so to speak, are actually sticking together this time around, and looks like they are all heading in the same direction. And again, why we're being hard? Wait a second. We'll come to that. Is he going to make it out? I think Rox does have an idea of exactly where Utsarga is, and so does Utsarga. Is he going to go in for the thing? Oh, he thought that he'd get that first guy, but fortunately, Celtz had backup on his way, and Utsarga is going to be bowing out of this game. The final game for today. Team Extreme down to 3. Celtz with 1 kill.
Yep, and considering what a great game they had previously on, I do believe I'm losing my mind on Vikendi. I wouldn't be surprised if Celtz, would be feeling very confident right now. They didn't lose a single player as well. That was pretty much a free kill there from Utsurga. And now Demon and Kazi are probably wondering, all right, we lost a member now. We need to get some vengeance. But do you want it, though? Do you rather just play it, take it slow, go for the placement points? It's still pretty early. Any team who are in the bottom half of the table, if they can get a 1 chicken dinner and get a few kills as well, they're well going to be in the top 8 position, because the teams haven't played that many games, and it's not like every team has been consistently good. Orange Rock, yeah, they got 2 chicken dinners. Apart from that, they've had 2 bad games, if you think about it. And speaking of Orange Rock, TSM rattling up bullets. Jonathan is making life miserable for Daljeet, who is just putting pedal to the metal, making the escape. But Jonathan is so precise, and Daljeet, by the skin of his teeth, they escape, but they run through the powerhouse, and Zebra's going to find Anton. They're getting mauled down. Orange Rock are down. Nova King is going to find the knock, and Orange Rock, I do believe, are going to get wiped out by Powerhouse out in the open, the fields of death, with the corpses littering the place. And Orange Rock, we thought they might get another chicken dinner, but they will unfortunately have to bow out from the day with just 2 to the name.
I'm pretty sure Nova King dished out a little bit of Novocaine for the boys from Orange Rock as well to, kind of ease them into the transition of the afterlife. That was a crap joke. I'm going to dish it out. But I did say Novocaine, and that is basically going to numb out your pain. That was the whole premise, all right? All right, I did it. I said it. I'm sorry. But anyway, coming back to this. So, yeah, Powerhouse... not at the receiving end of things this time. In fact, the favorites, the top dogs, the big boys, the rock that couldn't be moved has actually been crushed. And they are out of this game in the first, the first position. Not the first position that they want, but first, nonetheless, they are going to be eliminated from this game. So now, talking about confidence, that has definitely got to be a little bit of a confidence boost for Powerhouse. But the question remains, can they capitalize on that? And having a look at the zone, oh boy, if it goes anywhere north or south, it's going to be a massive migration for all the people. Where are we going to go? Not Severny. It is going to be around Rozhok, where all the teams are already kind of nestled in. And that drop is going to be something that people should actually go for, because it not only has a Groza, it has that 8x as well. And yeah, armor counts too. Armor is good to, stop bullets from penetrating your skin so easily. So yeah, armor kind of helps as well. But Severny would have been an interesting take on this zone, because of course we expect the zone to throw those curveballs at us, and I'm pretty sure Seoul would have been happy. But now they have to traverse all the way back down south and make it into the zone one way or the other. Meanwhile, Jonathan, the angel of death, going to rattle off some bullets, and in fact Smokey is the one who's going to get a knock on Avi, and he is going to finish the deed with wiping him out as well. So VSG Crawlers again at the receiving end of things, and TSM on our screens hoping to put up a show.
TSM definitely looking to put up a show. And we do see the live standings right there for you, gentlemen. Godlike and Orange Rock already qualified, and the top 2 placings. And Mumba would be looking to end today on a good note. They're just trailing by a few points. In fact, it's not about trailing, right? They are first place among the teams who can qualify right now, with Marcus Gaming just 2 points behind them, Elementrix with 5 points behind them. The thing is about having as much of a lead as possible, so that the teams under you won't really have that many opportunities to catch up. So that is what they're looking to do. But so far, they haven't so quiet so far. They haven't really shown themselves. As Strider's going to get dropped by Team Celtz, and Celtz are having a good time right now. They are looking pretty solid right now, as MJ is going to find Ted, and Synergy are in a bit of a pickle, XP.
They are in a pickle, and this is actually taking place out in the blue, because the zone has started moving, and I do see vehicles nearby, but the Celtz, they are going to have to make their way into the zone. Strider is going to get gunned down, and I think he might just be finished. I think he was found by Ultron, but the play zone is what finally gets that knock, and I think that kill is going to come their way, or isn't? I think it does. Wait a second, Ultron just finished dead, so maybe Strider's kill went to the play zone, so that is one kill that they cannot capitalize on. But Synergy, down to 2 members, and the members are Servi and Austin Bot X. Now, of course, we can't count them out play, because we know these boys pack quite a punch, but they do have Godlike up ahead. And if you have a look at the zone, they are still in the zone, so they're going to be praying to all the PUBG gods who helped him out so far that, they force the zone to come down a little bit to the south. But whether that's going to happen, we are going to find out within the next 15 or 20 seconds. But yeah, Celtz, 3 kills to their names. I think these guys are going to be happy. And of course, that momentum is something that we see them moving forward with. So again, I think it is all going to come down to the last few circles, and those position placement is what is going to matter. While CG over here with that DB trying to lay down some lead in the direction of the team we just mentioned. Caster's Curse, let's have a look if it's still in effect. Will Celtz make it to the next zone?
Yeah, I mean they do have the vehicles to work with, and they are on the periphery of the safe zone. But yeah, like you said, they have Megastars to contend with first, and they're gonna face off against Mr. Vexy. He's like, oh, hi there. Thank you for the Amazon delivery service of free loot. MJ is gonna get rattled off by Encore as well. Bullets whizzing past Celtz, and with that, they have had to kind of like split apart. MJ's barely alive, and as Megastars expose themselves, they get shot as well from the distance. And this fight is looking quite murky indeed. There's another team joining into the fray that I do believe is team number 8. I'm not able to... Yeah, that's Synergy. The 2 players alive. Like you said, as long as Sirvi's in the server, you can never count them out.
And talking about Murky, kind of just gave me a flashback of Mirkwood right now, that little forest area that we have right now. I was like, wait a second, wow, this is actually making sense. Meanwhile, Nico is going to get a knock on Viper, and the boys from Seoul are just going to drive through like nothing's happening. They are out on a cruise with bullets flying all over the place, and Bregaltor somehow just manages to keep his head above his and makes his way out of harm's... Well, makes his way out of harm's way. Did I just use way too many times? I don't know, man. It's just an exciting match. It works. All right. But Existence is going to get that knock on Mortal. Meanwhile, we are still going to keep our eyes focused on Onko as he tries to get that wipe out on the boys from Celtz, and it doesn't look too promising. They don't have a lot of cover. That's smoke on one end, rocks on the other. This is going to be... They might just have to go in for a dip right now. I think that is something that they should actually consider, because it is still in the zone. They can kind of assemble themselves on the other side of the bridge. I think that is...
Encore has rattled off a small army's worth of bullets into that smoke, by the way, and somehow he hasn't got another knock yet. In the meantime, I don't think if you noticed, but a couple of players, TSM are down to just 2 members. Zigot's barely alive. In fact, he's been knocked down. Jonathan's going to be left alone. And guess who it was? It was Mumba just pouncing on TSM. They're on a warpath. Are they going to drive over him? Yes! Oh. No? Yes, no?
He was finished. He was finished just before that.
Why would he do that? Why? I like seeing vehicular manslaughter. It makes me happy.
Hey man, they're going for the damage points too now, that since that is on display, and we can see Jonathan right now. He's done exactly 45 damage in this map so far. We obviously expect a lot more from the lad, but he is the last man standing. He has ditched his wings. He doesn't want to. He wants to make sure nothing is seen above the surface. So I mean, he is going to try and go as close to the ground as possible, so the enemy doesn't spot him one bit, and he might just show us what TSM is all about. But again, these boys have already done the major work. They've got their qualifications. Now they are just fighting for pride and a lot of dollar bills, yo. But Bhishma and his boys over here kind of oblivious that, well,
that's weird. That is very weird. They haven't cleared out the nearby vicinity, and they should know who's left alive, right? They know who they killed. And doing basic math, they're like, there's one player alive, and his name is Jonathan. Are you sure you want to be looting out in the open like that? Circle's going to shift. Oh, Celtz are in the circle.
What?
They're in the circle. But the thing is, Megastars actually have the best position because they have eyes sight over that bridge. And Bhishma drives out, but he spots a Jonathan, and Jonathan's going to strike. Now he's going to win this duel. He's got to get his kill real quickly before the rest of the teammates come in. And it's going to be Destro making his way. And look at Jonathan quickly trying to finish off the player here, but he's been kept at bay. The vehicle explodes. Bhishma's going to get taken down as well. Bhishma survives somehow, though. And with that, Jonathan's going to fall. What a save from Destro. What a save from Destro. I felt like Bhishma would be done for. And we were talking about that, X. We were talking about how risky it was for Mumba to be running around with Jonathan still alive. And Jonathan almost makes him pay for it. But in the end, he doesn't make it happen.
Well, you win some, you lose some. That is the way it is. That is how this cookie crumbles. We can actually say a lot of things like this, but that is how it all ended for TSM Entity in this game. Jonathan trying to put up valiant effort towards the end, but his efforts were in vain, and UME still out on hold. full team. That is something that is, of course, going to be a major factor towards the end. But IND right now are going to pop some bullets off in Servi's direction. And did he just jump that little river with his vehicle? I think he did. He does make it to the other side. Whether or not his car is going to be stuck on the embankment, we are going to have to make sure and find out later. CG, meanwhile, is going to get run over by his own vehicle, obviously going to escape the enemy's fire, I'm pretty sure in this case. Gary OP, in the meanwhile, is unloading on PH's Zebra. He does go down, and Pmpl, man, gets taken down by Toss. I wish we could show you all the fights happening concurrently, but we are keeping an eye out on the kill feed. Demon over here is going to be rattling off against Gary OP, and he does get the knock and finish. Meanwhile, we are still focused on Team IND's little push into the house, held off by Mr. Hyozu. Is he going to actually push them afar? I think he got a nade over here. Wait, what? Who is killing who? Please let the kill feed catch up right now, because this is utter chaos.
There's someone under the corner. Regulus runs past him. He doesn't know where he is. What is going on? Like, what is this house? It's a house of madness. It's an asylum. And he finds Slayer anyway. And how is he alive? And the circle's shrinking in. Regular still there. Yuma gets eliminated. That all 4 players alive. What is going on? I help.
I mean, all right. Okay,
what?
that's
who?
cool,
where?
right?
What?
IND Trans is not eliminated. He spots the last member. Maxi, he sees him. He's trying to heal himself up in the car. That is, of course, something interesting. But Trans is going to get spotted out. And I think a member from Celtz might just look at him and be like, hey, what's up? This isn't fish. I thought there were fish in this river. It's actually the enemy. And he might be in a position to knock off a few bullets in Trans's direction and send him to a watery grave. I think Mr. Hyozu also needs to pop up for some air, but he is leaving that off a bit too late. And Elementrix go out in the 13th position, 3 kills to their names. Remember, kids, you have to breathe. Oxygen is vital for survival, and we just saw it happening over here. Don't hold your breath for too long. It is not a very good thing. But Ultron in a bit of a face-off under the bridge, trolling under the bridge, so to speak. Is Trans, I beg your pardon, going to come out on top. Meanwhile, Gil over here rattling off grenades of his own, gets 1 knock. Is looking for the second. Does he go? Boom! No. He goes. Boom! He gets 2. And this is going to be the 3rd grenade to finish it off to seal the deal. Godlike Gil with another kablam. Gets that on point. And CG is going to be crawling back to his teammate. He should get picked up, but you never know. Is Gil going to get another grenade out of his kitty, lob it, and finally get a squad wipe?
I don't know how he does that. That was brilliant indeed. But now Nova King getting Pinsett down. He is the lone man standing for Powerhouse. And we spoke about Powerhouse having a rough time. He peeks out wide, but a trade is immediate from Kazi as Team Extreme will eliminate Powerhouse in the 12th position. There are 4 teams in the water. And Ultron's like, that doesn't look like a fish. That's not a fish. That's not a fish. He's only rattling off bullets. And there's another player right underneath him. That's Trans. There's so many players just swimming it out. And I hope the circle ends on that bridge. I would love to see a bridge circle, as unlikely as it will be. Owace going to find MJ in the meantime from Team Celtz. And Celtz, they still have 3 alive. And look at the marathon being run by Megastars. It's a very hard marathon, especially. Look, marathons are hard as it is, XP, but there are bullets being shot at you at the same time.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not ideal. Oh, they're kind of screwed here.
And Nico over here, he's going to make sure that he mops up the rest of Megastars and gets them out. Fnatic have to be careful, because on their backsides, they do have, I do believe it's Team Extreme that is kind of sneaking up on them. So they've got to be careful. Megastars eliminated in the 10th position, quickly followed suit by Synergy. So we expected a high fragging game from both these teams. That is not going to be on display. Coming in 8th is going to be VSG Crawlers. They crawled their way to this position, so to speak, but finally they are going to succumb to their injuries and be wiped out from the final game on day 1 of this grand finale with just 1 kill to their names. And talking about people who are just getting eliminated, Godlike go out next in 7th with 5 to their name. It's like I'm just reading out literally over here. I don't want to do this. Can I please stop talking so that I not make sure another team goes out? Wait a second. Is someone else getting knocked out? I can breathe easy right now.
You can breathe easy. But that Sangwon gets knocked out. That happens. And with that, that will be the end for Team Seoul. They fall into 6th place. At least they do get a couple of points, but I don't think it's going to be enough for them to hold on to 6th place. In fact, they will be 7th right now. Godlike above them because they had more kills. In the meantime, Demon sneaking up like a sneaky demon is going to find one. And Fnatic in a world of trouble. They're now just down to 2 players. Ash alongside his comrade Ronak just trying to stay alive behind a burning vehicle. Oasis is going to find... Actually, Oasis is still in the running. My bad. Oasis finds a kill. Kazi's going to get taken down. A quick trade happening. 1 player remains, and it is going to be Demon taken down from a distance. Fnatic are going to wipe out Team Extreme, but what a showing from them. 9 kills to their name, and they will bow out with 16 points. Team Pmpl, Fnatic, Marcus Gaming, and Celtz left in the running.
Now Celtz are in a good spot. They are trolls under the bridge, so to speak, and they can actually control the whole momentum because people are going to be coming in the water. They can spot them out. They have to be quick on their feet, though. They have to make sure all their angles are covered because they know that someone is definitely going to come and try and gun them out for that position. And Ronak over here still firing on all cylinders, gets a knock on Max Cost, does save his team from
Max is still alive.
Just moments. Yeah, he has that vehicle down there. So what he's doing is, if he finds himself in a bit of a spot, he just goes sit in, take some water damage, but he's make sure that he pops those pills in and he gets those bandages on in time. So that is something that's going to help him out. For how long we are going to have to wait and watch because he just has 2 first aids left, but he is on full boost. So he's going to do that again. He might just pop up like a whale once in a while for some fresh air, and we might see a little bit of a blowhole over there coming out for air. We'll find that out later. But meanwhile, the fight is going to break out between Fnatic and the boys from Celtz. Now, Celtz Rock is actually in a good spot to spot out Oasis, and he might just peek over, but no, he doesn't need to because Ultron is going to be there quick on his finger, gets that knock, and Rox does get a finish on Ash. And I think Oasis has been gone down. I think Fnatic are down to their one last man. All the pressure is going to be on Ronak's shoulders. It is basically a 2v1 situation, and I do believe in the distance, Team Tamalas are going to be bowing out. That water finally ending up at the watery grave. Fnatic so close to victory, but they didn't get it. Celtz, winner, chicken dinner play. Fnatic played phenomenally, and I think a lot of props have to go to Ronak. And before I run out of breath, again, Celtz, they dug deep. I called it that they should have just moved this bit aside and made that bridge, become
mistaken. Elementrix having a quieter game this time around, but not in the top 8. They didn't really show much here, to be very honest. And Orange Rock coming in dead last. We're going to find that out later, but my God, Fixes, that was devastating for Orange Rock. But then TSM Entity as well, not really getting much done in this final game. And I asked this question earlier, Fixes. Yeah. Are we finally going to see another team, apart from the top 4, winning a chicken dinner? And it has finally happened in the very end. And I've never seen this happen, where Orange Rock and TSM Entity are at the bottom, the absolute bottom of the table. This has never been the case in the 3 weeks we've been casting so far, Fixes.
Provided the circle that we got to see. For a moment, I thought that this was Orange Rock's game because they just land right onto its left inside of where the circle went. But yes, talking about how Orange Rock got eliminated, we did see TSM Entity did spot them down over there. They, however, avoided that particular fight, and they go on, and suddenly they find themselves surrounded by Powerhouse, and they got pinched down. They got brutally decimated over this. Something which Orange Rock can live with because they still have a lot of points up in the bag, and it's just one game. It's just one bad game that they have had. Yes, a couple of other bad games, but as long as you compensate with all the chicken dinners, I won't complain.
He won't complain, and of course we got overall standings.
Okay.
Forget climbing the ladders. Celtz, would you believe it? Ladies and gentlemen, don't turn off your TV or your phone. Don't switch it off. There's nothing wrong with your eyes. You are as sane as we are. Celtz end day 1 of the finals on top of the table. Above Orange Rock, above Godlike, above everyone playing today. What an end to the day. 44 placement points, 27 kills, only 1 shy of Marcus Gaming and Mumba. What a showing by his team Celtz to close out the day. Take a bow. Orange Rock getting dropped to the 2nd position. Godlike 3rd. Marcus Gaming hold on to the 4th. They have jumped over Mumba. And Mumba again, man, it's kind of like deja vu. XP, they get on top and then they sink without a trace. I hope that doesn't happen. They were second place. They were just a few points shy of Orange Rock, and now suddenly they just find themselves in the 5th position. And as the days progress, as we reach the end of tomorrow, the gap's gonna further be more. Look at Celtz, 71 points. Mumba 53, almost a 20-point gap right now.
Coming up too.
Fnatic's coming up too. You can't take that away. They seem to be looking good. Yeah, they've had more downs and ups, but when they have the ups are massive indeed. Bottom half Megastars. Come on, guys, you gotta do it for Vexy. Please do it for Vexy. Please, for me, just do it for Vexy.
Megastars look good at 42 points. Well, of course,
Is
TSM
it
and
though?
Synergy have already made.